Welcome. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. It feels quite orderly inside of a German body. Yes, I was born into one. And I'm very thankful. The warm welcome tonight, many thanks, because not every German these days traveling to other countries in the European Union is getting a warm welcome like this. Wow. Angela Merkel visiting Greece. What a commotion. Huh? When you saw the news alert, go home, bitch, out of Greece, the demonstrating Greeks. And my favorite was, Angela Merkel is Hitler's daughter. Hitler's daughter? I don't know, did you ever think about how Hitler's daughter would look like? Huh? Like Angela, hey, the pictures. They showed pictures, Angela Merkel with a Hitler moustache. And come on, let's face it. If Angela Merkel wanted a moustache, she could grow one any time. Look at her, she could grow one any time. Yes. And let me tell you this, my English friends. Beware of the day Angela Merkel stops shaving. But it was a false picture, kind of, because it's only a minority of the Greeks really demonstrating like, oh, Nazi Germans. The majority of the Greeks, they're very thankful. I meet a lot of Greeks in the last weeks, in a month, and they are coming like, oh, German, we are very thankful. Thank you very much for all what you did. You gave us so much money. What a gift. Excuse me, this was not a present. We bought Greece. You're mine now. Can you please mop up the floor? Yes. We bought Greece. And it turns out it was a lot cheaper than our traditional approaches in the 40s. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. I'm a German. I followed up the line like backwards to the Teutons. We're like, I'm German. Everyone was German in my family. German. And my full name is Michael Fritz Mittermeier. That's really true. Fritz. Thank you, Father. Fritz is the most fucked up German name you can have. Named after every dump-ass bad guy in a Nazi World War II movie. There was always a retarded Fritz standing in front of the fortress guarding. Films like Where Eagles Dare. They were all like the cool guys, Richard Burton, Clint Eastwood. They were sneaking into the fortress. No, they were not sneaking. They were, hey, Clint, come with me. We go in. Hey, Richard, be quiet. There is a guard. He doesn't hear anything. This is just Fritz. We can walk like this. We can walk like this. We can go into the fortress. Hello, Fritz. What is going on? Pff, you're dead. It's a classic safari situation tonight. Normally you go on an open game drive, you sit in an open jeep and you marvel at the wildlife, that's me. You watch the beast, that's me. And you can make remarks like, oh, it moves so cute on stage, this thing. Oh, it moves so cute. Don't scare it, it's a very rare species. It's a German comedian. Normally that's not possible, that's an oxymoron. Yes. A funny German comedian, that would be like a Russian Human Rights Commission. It's a true story also. Last week, I came here on Tuesday. Airport, I went into the taxi, the driver was always talking to me, hey, my love, and after a while, he was asking me, hey, what are you doing here? And I was so proud. This is my first solo show in England, in London. I was so, and I was, hey, I'm going to perform in the Soho Theatre here in London. I'm a comedian from Germany. Ah, that was a good one. I always was a little bit afraid doing comedy in Britain, so I thought, okay, start out in Scotland. So I went to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Are Scottish people here tonight? Huh? Yeah, you can show up. Yeah, Scottish people. I love having Scottish people in the audience because I will be not the one in the room who speaks the worst English. That's it. But for me, it's very good. When I go now on tour, on English-speaking comedy festivals, people show me around like a unicorn. Oh, it's a German comedian. It's like, really, my new show name, Fritz the Teuton Funny Unicorn. It's just like, hey, you paid for me. And everywhere, it's like here in London, my promoters, they introduce me to everyone. This is Michael Mittermeier. He's German. For me, that sounds always like, this is Michael Mittermeier. He's handicapped. And every time, after being introduced to someone here in England as a German, everyone is responding the same by shouting at me the 1 or 2 German words he knows. Guten Tag, mein Fräulein, Blitzkrieg, Oktoberfest, du will ficken. It's always. And sometimes weird stuff from Hogan's Heroes. 1, 2, 3, raus, raus, raus. Jawohl, mein Kommandant. Don't shout at me. I know my language. You get the same English people, huh? You go somewhere, I'm from England. Fish and chips, blood pudding, bottoms up. Don't forget your brolly dear. Bob's your uncle. English people, we can bond over this, huh? You know German Google? It's the best. Yes, because I have always to look up the words, the lines, because I'm here in the language safari. It's my first language, German. Second language, Latin. Third language, English. So, yeah, German, then the dead language, Latin, is like, I had 8 years of Latin. I was in a Bavarian convent school for boys. 8 years of Latin. I cannot even order pizza with fucking 8 years of Latin. Call somewhere, salve, io domine, ordinare pizzam, ba ba ba. No. And English, it's very hard to learn for me because German is a very logical language. You say something, it means what you said. In English, you say something, but in one country it means this, in another country it means that. So for example, Bob's your uncle. I looked it up. Bob's your uncle here in England means something like, there you go. Is this right? Yeah. In America, Bob's your uncle just means your father is your uncle. Here in England, to light a fag means to light a cigarette. In America, to light a fag means the Ku Klux Klan has a party. So this is real. I'm learning. I really try to learn. When I was a youngster, it was really, my parents didn't talk about it. In school, we were guilty. I was kind of torn in between. It's really, and in school, in university, they always told us, as a German, always keep low profile. You know, we did our thing in history, so always keep low profile. If you go abroad, don't attract attention. Keep under the radar, and don't. Yeah, that's true. They told us, and now I'm confused because in the last years, the other European countries, a lot of them, hey, Germany, you're strong, you have the money, take more leadership. Don't tempt us. What if Nazism is kind of a virus we have? Perhaps we are born with this. And somehow it can be triggered. I don't know, you eat the wrong food. Or just by seeing a uniform. Huh? I remember years ago, Prince Harry with his Rommel uniform. Millions of Germans were sitting there like, at last? Perhaps Nazism can be triggered by just seeing a uniform. And I give you one clue. You can detect German tourists here in London very easily. They're always the guys near the Buckingham Palace. They come very near to the palace guard. And they always go there. They're very, very near. Because in Germany, we're not allowed to wear uniforms during the day anymore, no, just for fun. And Germans always, they come very near to the palace guard. And look at them, they're sniffing. They're sniffing the uniform. It's called snooping the colors. Huh? It's like ex-junkies. Oh, like, I know it is not good for me, but it smells like Warsaw in the morning. But after this time in the 70s, in the 68 movement, there was a big change in German awareness of the Nazi history. Then there was so from now on in the schools in the 70s, they were overcompensating with information. I was the first generation in school. They taught us the Nazi and the World War every day. It was yeah, you're guilty and blah, blah, blah. 3 times a week. We had a school subject called guilt. 3 times a week we had guilt. On Fridays we had shame. By the time I was 14, I thought I invaded Poland myself. Because for the outside world, German always sounds like a threat. And even when we want to say something very nice, something like peace on earth and goodwill to all mankind, translates in German, Frieden auf Erden und Wohlgefallen allen Menschen. Yeah. To you, that sounds like we kill you all, you motherfuckers, and string you up by your balls. Did you ever watch German porn? Huh? Even for Germans, it's creepy. This is really creepy. They're always shouting. They're always, ich mach dich fertig und ich mach dich und ich war und ich bin der Stärkste, der Härteste, der Beste und ich werde und ich mache und ich tu. Translates in English, I love you so much. We read German Google. And in German Google, about England, before I came here, I read German Google about England. And the word above all is politeness. English people, because my father, he was so German. He was really always like, son, sometimes he called me Fritz. Always be polite. I don't know, perhaps it was his relic of being guilty, whatever, but he said, every time to anyone, you always be polite. And coming here to England, you are the Zen masters of politeness, the MacGyvers of queuing. This is really, because politeness was invented here in England. It's in your language. Excuse me, I'm sorry. English always sounds like a heart attack in slow motion. I believe politeness was invented in England. Before it, they were running around asshole, Fritz, and then someone said, hello everybody, let's queue. Great idea. You're so polite here, huh? But only in England, English people. Yeah, when they travel to sunny countries and drink beer, they turn into orcs on uppers. Yes. Okay. Well, it's okay. But this is fascinating. This is really fascinating. When the BA flight from Birmingham is landing in Spain, it's like a scene out of a zombie movie. And this was just the flight crew. You know, in Germany, traffic means war. In Germany, when you stand at the red light, and between the red and the green, there's a hint of orange glowing. In this split second, you have to kick off. Ram! Otherwise, the German driver behind you, Arschloch, Oktoberfest, du willst ficken, raus, raus, raus. Not so in England. Here at the red light, it was like, sorry. I'm just queuing. And it's so nice because every night after the show, Londoners are coming to me. Hey, here in London, road rage. My beloved hobbits from the Shire. Huh? I'm used to drive in the German streets of Mordor. And I tell you a true story. I once was in London by car. And I was standing at the red light. I was looking at the GPS. It's not working. I missed the lights turning green. The lights turned red again. Okay. Do this in Germany, you'd be dead by now. Not so in England. The polite English driver behind me got out of his car. He stepped up to my car. He even knocked at my window. Excuse me, sir. Were you expecting a different color? In Germany, when someone on a phone says, I come now, he's there. Punctuality. Politeness and punctuality for my father, the most important things. He always said, son, we have German elements in our DNA. They are like, And he said, it's the 5 elements of being German. And my father, he was organization, politeness, discipline, efficiency, and punctuality. And it is the same list in sex we have. Organization, to your place or to mine. Politeness, please. Lay down. Discipline, be quiet. Then efficiency and punctuality together. I'm coming. Now, I lived in New York for half a year, and Americans don't know much about Germany, about anything, but especially about Germany. And a true story. In a bar in New York, an American girl, she walked up to me and she asked me the following question. Hey, you German guy, why are there so many different languages in Europe? What do you answer to such a highly, extremely intelligent question? And I said to her, look, Tiffany, you want to know why there are so many different languages in Europe? Because we Germans lost the war. So, now comes the point. You know what she answered to me? Oh, I'm so sorry for you guys. And there's a really scary side to this. Because in America, even Tiffany would be allowed to buy a gun. Everyone is allowed to buy a gun in America. You go into a gun store, give me gun, poo-poo. You just have to give your name, to write your name, or even like a cross. I'm Randy, give me gun. There is no restriction. Only one restriction for German residents. That's true. If you're a German resident and you want to buy a gun in a gun store, then in America, then you have to do a Nazi check in the store. That's true. And in my time in New York, I thought, boy, I have to try this out. I walked into a gun store. Hello, I'm from Germany. I would like to buy a gun. Are you a Nazi? No. Okay. I thought this was too easy, so I take it up a notch. I went out of the store, did my hair a little bit Adolf style, put a mustache on my upper lip, and went into another gun store. Guten Tag. I would like to buy a deadly weapon. Are you a Nazi? No, I'm Austrian. Tonight I'm going to let you in on a German secret. Haven't you ever wondered why we Germans are so obsessed with environmental issues and global warming, climate change, but at the same time we build cars like there's no tomorrow. BMW, Porsche, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen. This is a contradiction. I thought so too. Until one day I watched the news. The anchorman was panicking about global warming. Time is running out. Heat waves, hurricanes, the sea level is rising continuously. I was like, oh, the sea level is rising, but in Germany we have the Alps, so we have time. Not everyone has time. London, for example. I looked this up on German Google. London lies 45 feet above sea level. Munich, 2,000 feet above sea level. That's plan B. We don't need planes and tanks anymore. We just watch the tide rising. As they say at Audi, Vorsprung durch Technik. Blub, 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 blub. Huh? Scottish people can relax. You have the Highlands. Huh? Yeah, yeah. Did you ever hear Scottish people complain about global warming? No, they want to see the English drown. Huh? Bye-bye, Big Ben. Hello, Ben Nevis. So, 45 feet above sea level, huh? And that's why here in London, the new Wembley Stadium and the new Olympic Stadium both look like two giant rubber dinghies. They're emergency rafts. Yes. There will be a time in the near future where a lonely Wembley dinghy drift towards Scotland. Excuse us, would you have a spot of dry land left with you? Scots standing on Arthur's seat. Sorry, we're booked. I wish everybody a safe safari to wherever he goes. Thank you very much. Thank you.